Good morning, honored guests of our panel today. Our panel today is dedicated to the topic of customer-centric insurance, redefining the policyholder experience. We know that relationship between insurance companies and their customers is the most important aspect of the insurance industry. That's why the Central Bank of Bahrain, represented by Mr. Yousif Al-Murbati, Superintendent of Takaful firms, is presented on our panel today. Mr. Yousif, CBB issued several circulars and directives such as the motor automation circular, pushing towards automation and eventually digital transformation of the insurance industry. How would you assess the progress and are insurance companies in terms of digital transformation is where the regulator wants them to be?
Firstly, good morning. It's a pleasure being here at such a fruitful conference. And from our standpoint, we can confidently assess licensees' progress in terms of digital transformation based on the directives sent out by the CBB, specifically those pertaining to motor digitalization. I can say with comfort that licensees have demonstrated commendable results and have effectively embraced automation in their processes. This is a positive outcome and indicates that the industry has successfully adopted digital solutions to enhance efficiency and streamline operations. Having said that, when it comes to overall digital transformation, there is always room for improvement and growth. The CBB has actively encouraged and welcomed disruptions that drives digital transformation and advancing the insurance ecosystem within the kingdom and the region as a whole. As a regulator, we have always taken a proactive approach on matters, which includes promoting innovation and technological advancements. So while licensees may have shown progress in certain aspects, there may still be untapped potential for digitalization across the industry. So we urge licensees to take proactive measures and to dive in and explore digital solutions that might revolutionize their business models, enhance customer experiences, and also improve overall operational efficiency. And we eagerly anticipate what licensees will bring to the table in terms of digital transformation going forward. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Mr. Yousif, for your responses. The insurance industry appreciates your efforts, and I see that you are very happy that they apply all this digitalization they do. Now, the most interesting thing, we have a direct representative of the insurance industry on our panel, Mr. Ahmed Fouad, Deputy General Manager of SNIC Insurance. Mr. Ahmed, we've heard the CBB points of view on the digitizing of insurers. So what's your opinion on what the insurance industry lacks to create a more customer-centric approach? Can you clear the insurance company opinion on this case, please?
Yeah, thank you for the question. And I would like to welcome the audience and I thank them for their time to attend this session. Basically, let us take one step back to just define the customer centricity. It can be simply defined by placing the customer in the heart of the whole process and building the technology, the processes, and the business model around it. In recent years, we saw the insurance industry has made progress toward the customer centricity. However, there are still other areas that we believe it requires to be further developed. So to answer your question, I will touch base on a few key areas, starting from personalizing the customer experience. We believe that by personalizing the customer experience, the insurance companies can be more customer-centric, and they can achieve that by tailoring the product, the services to meet the customer individual needs and preferences. The second point here, in order for insurance companies to be more customer-centric, is by offering a seamless digital interactions with the customers, more user-friendly platforms with seamless customer experience. In my opinion, the third point, I believe it is the most important point toward the insurance industry to achieve their vision of being customer-centric, is to simplify the policy wordings, to simplify the policy as a whole. We are, as an industry, we always been blamed by the customers that is complex and complicated. So it is the time to make the policy more simple, clear, easily to be understood by the customers. And by doing so, customer will be empowered to make more informative decisions and protect their assets. The last point is to basically digitalize the entire processes, and we shouldn't neglect the point of culture. Basically, we have to emphasize on the culture and create a customer-centric basically mindset within the organization. By addressing these points, I believe the the insurance industry can be more customer-centric, can improve the customer experience, and they can meet the customer individual needs and requirements.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. It was the insurer's point of view on the customer-centric approach. The next question goes to Mr. Michael Walsh, because Michael is the representative of the IT company Democrance, which is doing the best to make insurers more customer-centric. Mr. Michael, you have an extensive experience in interacting with insurance companies. In your opinion, how do insurtechs create a new customer journey to make insurance company more customer-centric?
Thank you, Alex, and good morning, everyone. Really, Democrance, we look at the technology that helps enable insurance companies to digitize a lot of the processes across the life cycle of insurance. So if we look across other industries, like coming here to Bahrain this week, I was able to book my flights, book my hotel, book my cab here to the venue, all in a matter of minutes from my mobile phone. And I think insurance customers expect the same seamless digital experiences from their insurance company. You know, a lot of the processes we digitize, if we look at the point of sale, are we going to start selling online? Can we digitize the process from brokers, aggregators, partners with the use of APIs? If a customer doesn't receive a positive experience at the point of sale, they're not going to become a policyholder. They're not going to become a customer. So I think it's important that digital tools are used to really enhance that purchasing experience. Once then they become a policyholder, how do we service that customer? There's only a couple of interactions between insurer and customer during the policy life cycle. So whether this will be endorsements, if we need to change anything on a policy, if this is claims, if they need to cancel, or even renewals, all of these can be done digitally by a customer themselves. If I can give you one quick example, Alex, we've recently done an implementation with a large insurer in Saudi Arabia. This is for motor insurance selling on the website. So once a customer goes to the website, they can insert their details, receive their quote, make the payment, and have the policy documents sent to their email address, all within 90 seconds. For reference, I'm sure a lot of people recognize Lemonade in the US. The same process takes about 4 minutes with Lemonade. And how we make this journey so seamless is keeping it simple. Ahmed, like you said, you really need to keep everything simple, guide the customer through each stage of the journey very easily. What's nice in Saudi Arabia, and it's true here in Bahrain as well, is the external data sources that are available to pull in the customer information, pull in the vehicle information, and make sure that process is completely seamless. And that journey works on the claims, endorsements, and renewals as well, Alex.
Thank you, Michael. Your experience in automating insurance companies is very interesting. The topic of our panel is customer-centric insurance, but we have the representative of the telecom industry. Meet Frederik Bisbjerg, digital ninja. Mr. Frederik, you are here as a representative of Beyon Digital. It's surprising, but telecoms can provide useful data which can be used to improve current or develop new insurance products. For example, the implementation of IoT devices to assess driving style and risks. What is Beyon Digital view on this market? And are there any developments of products in this field? What can telecoms do to digitize insurance industry and offer new possibilities?
That's a good question and a big question. And let me just, if you allow me, take a step back and give some observations on what's been said so far. Because when we are talking insurance, and I've been in the insurance transformation industry for the last 15 years, there is one thing, and it hurts me to say, but unfortunately it's a fact, and that is nobody likes insurance. And we're sitting here and we are passionate about it. We want to talk about it. We believe in it, but nobody, I mean, think about it. Why would you really wake up in the morning and want to buy an insurance product? It's a product that you pray to God you never get to use, but yet you have to pay for it, right? And I think if you take that lens on when you are working with business development in insurance, when we're talking about customer centricity, it is very important to remember this. And that relates to the next thing I wanted to say is, in my world, a successful customer-centric experience is to reduce all the hassle.
Yep.
When I'm looking at the insurance industry in the Middle East, in general, I would say most insurers are quite good at getting the sales journey right. You can do sales in very few minutes, but it comes to a big problem area when you go to the claiming, because that has not yet been digitized. And there is a lot of really, really good reasons for that, because insurance companies, they're structured in a way, they're working with data, they're working with processes in a way that make automating or removing hassle in the claims operations a little bit more difficult. Now, with that in mind, we are talking about telematics, for example, monitoring how you're driving and hopefully reducing the cost if you drive nice. We can talk about using IoT for your home insurance, so we can monitor if you leave your house without locking your doors, if you have a water pipe bursting, if any other things are happening. All these things are possible, and we are looking into it because it is really, really interesting, and it is actually one of the areas where I believe you can start making insurance a little bit more relevant. Right? All of a sudden, when you are engaging with Internet of Things, your health and your phone, or the way you're driving, and the way that Internet of Things can actually take care of your house as a part of a home insurance, and this is where and you can probably tell, I'm pretty passionate about this, because I think this is where the industry actually have a chance to become positively relevant for retail users, end users. Because the industry is obviously exceptionally relevant. I don't believe it would be here as a world where we are today if it wasn't for banking and insurance. But a long answer to a short question. But we are looking into it, and Internet of Things and ways of working with this is definitely an area we have to focus much more on to bring insurance, or the relevancy, or the perceived relevancy of insurance closer to the user. Thank you.
Thank you. We do see a lot of useful initiatives from market players now. Insurance companies, startups, innovative solutions providers, and even telecom companies. Of course, these participants sometimes come up with surprising solutions, sometimes not in line with the requirements of the current legislation. All of this comes to regulators' attention. Now we have to find what secret sauce the central bank will pour over the insurance market. Mr. Yousif, market conduct regulation and customer centricity are closely linked. What is CBB future regulatory focus when it comes to customer centricity, and how is it reflected in the upcoming regulators and directives? Please tell us the future.
Firstly, thanks for that question. So the CBB has always highly prioritized the interests and to safeguard policyholders and not just policyholders and all stakeholders within the industry. Customer centricity is a crucial aspect when it comes to market conduct regulation, as it ensures that insurers prioritize the needs and satisfaction of their customers. And I thank my colleagues for touching point on the importance of customer centricity. And to further emphasize this importance, the CBB has recently sat down with the CEOs and compliance officers of insurance firms discussing the same issue because we understand that insurance firms need to embed within their organizational hierarchy customer-centric practices. So starting from the board of directors levels and moving down all the way to
Clients.
customer service representatives
Okay.
or the front line of dealing with clients, a top-down approach. So whereby customer-centric practices are embraced throughout the organization. And on the same regard, we have sent out circulars to licensees recently, around a week ago, addressing this specific issue, where we're asking licensees to assess their customer-centric practices and to enhance the compliance function as well within the licensee itself. So this shows CBB's determination in creating a customer-oriented insurance landscape within the kingdom. And another thing, we have recently established an industry regulator committee addressing life insurance policy, which will be circulated to the market soon. The objective of this committee is to protect policyholders' interests and all stakeholders' interests. And so hopefully it should go into consultation soon. And keep focusing on customer-centric objectives further demonstrates CBB's approach for fair and positive customer experiences within the insurance industry in the country.
Okay. Thank you. Now, the guests of today's panel have the secret knowledge that will help them to take steps in business in the right direction. Our next question is about future too. Mr. Ahmed, I'm interested to know, is technology an enabler in creating customer-centric experience in insurance? What is your point of view on this case?
Yeah. Basically, technology play a major role in the customer centricity and in the improving the customer journey. Basically, by having the digital interactions with the customers to be seamless, to be convenient, to be consistent across all the omni channels that the customer that deal with and all the touch points with the customers through various technologies, through for example, the mobile app, through the chatbot, through the website and other digital channels. Also by personalizing the policy offering to the customers. Basically, with the power of AI, machine learning, and the data analytics, we can analyze a vast amount of data to dig deeper and better understand the customer behavior. So we can tailor, we can design product and services that meet their that meets their individual preferences and their profile.
It's also personalization.
Exactly, into personalization. Also, my colleague covered that in the previous question by allowing the customer to have a real-time the information about their policies, about their claim status, about and get access to any kind of assistance online. And the last point here also, by automating the internal manual processes, eliminating the paperwork using the robotics and the RPA, here also we can advance and scale up the customer service.
Yeah. I think API and the partnership technologies, they are also very important because the partners of insurance companies, they can make more customer centricity even faster than the insurance company.
Yeah, exactly.
Resellers and brokers and agents and dealers and banks also. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ahmed. It's time to move from the future, from the technology, AI, and so on, to the present. The next question will be a purely practical one. Mr. Michael, digitalization is a complex process with many challenges and complexities. What would you name as the #1 challenge that your clients, insurance companies, face when integrating your InsurTech solution into their existing legacy and traditional process systems of serving customers?
So before we start working with any insurance company, we'd always ask a couple of discovery questions, and this would the same for any insurtech or any fintech that want to begin working with a large financial institution. Like where they're at on their current digital journey. You know, what digital processes have they already completed? Are they selling online? Are they not? You know, these questions will give us a real understanding of where the insurer is at. It's hard to pinpoint one challenge. I think there's always a couple. With regulatory compliance, we're live now in 16 different markets. Each market is very different, and the laws and regulations on what's allowed differ from place to place. In the UAE, for example, we can sell life insurance policies online, savings, pension products online. In Saudi Arabia, it's not allowed. You know, in other countries, you cannot do any online sales. It's and we found this out the hard way. We actually began working with an insurer in Egypt, and after a couple of months, I don't know how it wasn't picked up earlier, but the project had to be dropped because someone didn't read the compliance regulations. So I think regulatory compliance is always a big one. Integrating with the existing ecosystem. There's a lot of legacy systems in place with insurance companies. A lot of these systems are old. We cannot connect with APIs, so we've had to really pivot and create a workaround on how to send and receive data into these existing systems of the insurer. I think customer acceptance to digital as well. Like it's not really a challenge for us, but a challenge for the insurer and the industry as a whole. We can come in and digitize all the processes, put 100 journeys in place, but will the customer use them, or will they pick up the phone and send an email? So we're trying to do that shift from traditional to digital. A good example is my own personal experience with an insurance company. I bought a new car and I wanted to change update the details on my policy. So I called, but when I called, they told me to do it over the phone, there would be a $20 charge, or I could do it myself online. So quickly I wanted to save my $20 and I went online and I did it myself. But that was a good example of how we can move the customer from traditional to digital channels.
Can I say something? May I? Because yes. I think if you ask me, which you didn't, but I'm answering anyway, but the biggest challenge in doing digitalization in insurance is there is just one word, and that's culture.
Yeah.
End of discussion. Because you are having very proud, successful insurance companies that's been working the way they've been working for the last 50 years or more. And that's embedded in the culture. That's embedded in the organizational structure, the way you work with your partners, with your customers. And then we come and say, why don't you just do it digitally or automate it? Then, well, in my experience, it sounds good on paper, and we can say all the right things, and we can everybody in the boardrooms and the C-level to nod and say this is right, digitalization, of course, customer centricity. But then we go to the organization and say now we're going to be customer centric, and they're going to look, why? We've done this for 10 years, it works. Why should we change? And this is actually also where the Central Bank of Bahrain is helping a lot in pushing and actually monitoring how the industry is doing and saying this has to change. And then we actually get a very strong incentive to start changing, right? But I think culture is core. I just left working with one of the world's largest insurance companies, where I was situated in London, and they do from the outside fantastically. The customer satisfaction, the net promoter score is probably the best in the world. And when you look at how they do that, you will find hundreds of motivated people with the right culture running around with pieces of paper. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. So this is just for me an example of if you have the right culture, have the right mindset, the technology is important, but it is people and people's willingness to change that determines the success at the end of the day. Sorry for just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment, but I have another question for you.
Oh.
Because Mr. Frederik, you are the leader of the largest community of digital transformation specialists in insurance. Could you tell us about the role that this community plays in the development of insurance industry? What is the difference between fintech and insurtech communities? Are specialized experts in the field of insurtech necessary driving the insurance company to the customer-centric digital future?
Thank you. So you're referring to the digital insurer, which I'm not sure if you're aware of, but it is a network of around 50,000 insurance professionals worldwide. And it started 10 years ago with the ambition of sharing knowledge between insurance professionals, kind of like a newsletter, newswire. It's much more today. And in 2019, I believe it was, I was with the digital insurer co-founding the world's first MBA in digital insurance. And to answer your question, this community and what we're doing there, we see it as one of our key value propositions to educate the industry, the insurance industry. So you're having obviously people like me and others who go and do the presentations, and we're probably in the top 5% of the digital savviness in the insurance industry. So there's a huge number of people who probably want to know more and understand they have to know more about insurance and digital insurance especially. And these are the ones we are catering for. We are currently at the 24th cohort, I think, since 2020 where we started. So I'd say it's a huge success. And this paired with how we actively distribute knowledge and works with the insurance industry to help them accelerating digital adoption is probably the key cornerstones. If you're asking about the difference between insurtech and fintech, this is my view only. I would say fintech is the whole, right? Where you have the banking tech as one of them and you have insurtech as another. Fintech covers everything in the financial services industry, but apart from this, I would say insurtech is quite different because, again, to what I said before, it's not a product that people are actively pushing for going digital. Yeah, we have the expectations as consumers, but in banking, for example, we are pushing for it because we want our mobile app for the banking. We don't want to go to the branches because we use that mobile app maybe daily. We don't use our insurance daily, right? We use it hopefully only once a year when it has to be renewed. So you don't have that push from the customer side to do anything about it, which means that we are probably lagging a little in the industry. Thank you.
Thanks, Frederik. And I would like to end our panel with additional question to our insurance industry, because our panel is all about insurance. Ahmed, what technology creates an entirely new ways to manage risks or not?
Yeah, basically, totally agree with that. Technology can create new ways of manage risk as well as new business model. With the, for example, the use of Internet of Things. Basically, these are devices that connected to the internet that collect data. Example of these technology, Internet of Things that can be used in the insurance industry, like fire detectors, like leakage detectors. These can alert and notify the customer if there is any potential danger, so we can reduce losses. At the same time, these devices can provide a valuable evidence and data at time of claims. Another example here, the telematics. Basically, telematics, for those that are not familiar with this technical term or technology, it's basically a device that can be installed in a car that collect data about the driving behavior.
GPS
So,
trackers, GPS trackers, mobile phones.
exactly. So also there is a mobile app version of telematics. So here, with telematics, we can collect data about the driving behavior, which can benefit the customers. If he's a safe driver, he can get a discount, for example, at renewal. Also, it can allow us to provide innovative products like usage-based product that we charge premium based on the mileage that the customer drive, and all this process to be digitally without any human intervention. So with the Internet of Things and telematics, both enables us as industry to entirely create a new business models like usage-based model and behavioral-based models. There are also other technologies and solutions like predictive solution that predict the likelihood of making claims. This allow us as insurance company to set the right premium, the right coverage, but based on the claims predictions. Also, fraud detections or fraud detectors like these solutions allow us to to detect fraud to reduce the illegitimate payout. So basically, these are the overall technologies that can create entirely new business models.
Thank you very much. Many thanks to all our InsurTech panel guests present, and special thanks to our great speakers, Mr.
Yeah.
Yousif Al-Murbati, CBB,
Yeah. Thanks.
Mr. Ahmed Fouadi Radhi, SNIC Insurance.
Yeah, sorry to intervene here before you pass to my rest of colleague that I would like to the audience and attendees here today
Okay,
to
sure.
leave with a key takeaway from our discussions here. By leveraging the technology, we can improve the customer journey, we can improve the customer experience, and ultimately, and this is also covered by our colleague here in detail about the culture, setting the right